Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel. This is, of course, Pro Wrestling Logic. We've got nearly 1,900 of these audios available for your listening pleasure, and we are entering into the summer of 1981. We get probably about another 30 of the or so of these to add. We also add to our other series as often as possible, and we've decided to move on after the All-Star Wrestling Series to the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Series from 80, I think the first one's like summer or fall of 81, summer of 81 through 86. So that's where we're going next. And then we'll maybe go back to Smoky Mountain or ECW or somewhere. Don't really know where we're going to go. Going to get to everything we possibly can eventually, but finishing out the All-Star Wrestling Series. Of course, I assume that the majority of the Peacock updates have been completed. Don't imagine they're going to add a whole bunch of stuff from here to the wrestling history. Also, eventually going to do Memphis, which will be a blast. I haven't done a full Memphis run before, so that'll be a super lot of fun. But anyway, the 6th of June is our task here in 1981. And again, has been a tremendous run here. Angelo Mosca with Captain Lou Albano defeats Terry Gunn and Charlie Brown. Handicap match 304, pinning both men after dropping Gunn on top of Brown. After the bout, Mosca throws both men out of the ring, but before we get there, this is also hosted by Vince McMahon. Pat Patterson includes an interview with Andre the Giant from the 530-81 Championship Wrestling, including McMahon conducting ringside interviews with Don Morocco and the Grand Wizard as well. So, a couple of things there, and of course, Andre coming back, probably your biggest news, literally and figuratively, of the time period of the day. Anyway, Andre coming back after the injuries that he had suffered and all of that. Kind of a pretty big thing. He comes down to the, he's wearing a cast. He's kind of there. And Andre, of course, is not a guy that we're used to seeing in a cast or on crutches. We see both here. His toenails have turned purple and kind of, obviously, I assume painted up. But McMahon, letting it be known that he is surprised to see Andre in this state. Andre says that eventually he knew someone would beat him, and finally, that's kind of happened, and it's uncomfortable, but Andre is promising to be back, and eventually he promises that he will take care of everything getting back in the ring eventually. Again, the 2-on-1 match for Angelo Mosca. Mosca being portrayed as a major star, maybe getting ready for continued feuds, I assume, with guys like Pedro Morales around the horn. I don't really know if Bob Backlund got shots with Mosca, but I assume so at the time. Can't imagine they were great matches. But two guys against Angelo Mosca, both of the enhancement talents taking shots at Mosca around the way, and hard shots there. Finally, Mosca getting the victory and tossing both guys to the outside of the ring. Then we go into next in series of matches here. This is, again, a return of the former tag team champions Rick Martel, Tony Gurria, defeating Johnny Roz and Baron Mikel Cicluna, 8:28. When Martel pins Roz with a sunset flip, Martel, of course, still seen as the younger guy. I wouldn't necessarily say more talented, but more charismatic, more athletic, maybe. But anyway, and we've seen the team of Roz and Cicluna before in various incarnations over the years as we've been building this particular All-Star Wrestling program. Hard shots and, brawl in the corner against Martel. Martel being taken to it by Roz. Roz not wanting to take a backward step. Simple things like just basic punches, and they continue to go roundabout that way. We see Martel come up a little bit and finally get a tag to Tony Garea. Garea working over the arm of Roz before Mikel Cicluna comes back into the ring. And again, the cutoff there by the former champions. Roz had cut Martel off early in the match, now cutting Garea off in very same way. Different maneuvers, but the same brawling tactics. Johnny Roz, of course, training several individuals, including the Dudley Boys, Tommy Dreamer, and the like. Eventually, we see a promise from Don Muraco and the Grand Wizard that Muraco will be your Intercontinental Champion, and that promise does become prophetic eventually. Also, Muraco going around the area and eventually challenging, or had challenged by this point, probably at least once or twice, Bob Backlund throughout the territory for the WWF titles. To think that Backlund still has nearly 2.5 years as champion is kind of intense. Anyway, Muraco gets in ring and continues his wars of the ring battles. SD Jones gets beaten with the splash off the top, 521. Jones, in this particular week, being treated like a middle of the card to upper of the card competitor. That doesn't always happen, but it happens here. Side headlock by Jones. Jones staying on his man. The Muraco managing to try and get the brawl, but again, the top rope splash, too much, and then, of course, the use of the spike. Then we go to more Moondogs, as the Moondogs are still your tag team champions here, and still treated like a pretty big deal. The Moondogs with Captain Lou Albano defeating Rick McGraw and Jack Carlson when Spot pins Carlson with an elbow drop from the middle turnbuckle. Carson's laid across Rex's knee, kind of the old Doomsday device. Obviously, the Moondogs are, punch, kick, very basic stuff, nothing to write home about. Carlson has been enhancement talent for quite a while and continues to be in the enhancement situation on a continual basis going forward. Then, of course, we see another Mil Mascaras match, I believe, to close the show. I think that's the last match of the day here. Mil Mascaras defeating Ronshaw, almost said Rico Shaw. Power Slam, which is an odd move for Mascaras at the time. Mascaras in an all gold and black outfit this time. I will give Mil Mascaras credit, one of the first luchadors really to hit the country pretty hard, and does a lot of sidestepping, a lot of basic maneuvers that get crowd reaction, drop kicks and the like, known for the head scissors and the go around. Obviously, Shaw can be more of a brawler because of the size differential, choking him out, going for the basics, and then we see Mascaras hit the armbar and the like, super basics, and ultimately Shaw heads to the outside. Does not go the way he wants it to go, but manages to. Eventually, Mascaras gets the victory and almost a kind of a modified power slam there, and the running headbutt as well, crossbody and the like, and Mascaras gets the victory. We will be back with more right after this.